Now, you mentioned that you were a Christian woman and you mentioned reimagining things. So we have to talk about a nightmare living. Motherfucking Kanye, fool ass West, talking about he wants to run for president and he has denounced Trump. Now, here's why this is concerning to me. Now, at first I was like, fuck Kanye, this is a joke. He's promoting an album. But then I started to realize this, that even if he can't get on the ballot because obviously he's not going to do the work to get the signatures. He's already too late on so many states, all that kind of stuff. I'm concerned of him having people either stay at home or going right in. Because here's the thing. He has a very conservative and religious views, and we know that there are a certain subset of black men that hold a lot of the same views that he does. He doesn't believe in the woman's right to choose. He believes that religion should be in the schools, and he believes that his exotic wife is the alpha and the omega of what femininity is. So I feel like there are a certain group of black men that would be like, yeah, I want to be like Kanye, and just kind of like, if he can't be the president, they're not going to vote. So let's talk a little bit about that. How can we stop him from derailing this Joe Biden train?
So listen, I am yet praying for Kanye. Just like I hope folks are yet praying for me. I think the reality is we have a lot of political education to be doing in our community. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I'm thinking about like these mothers boards, you know what I'm saying? Like the elders in our community that are already gathering together, whether it's at the church house, whether it's on somebody's porch, whether it's, to play bid with, like whatever they're gathering for. How can we appeal to those folks who are already organizing together in some form or fashion, even if it's casual, to say, can you help educate our people, right? Can you help folks know what the absentee voting rules are in our community and in our city? Can you help folks understand why everybody on the ballot matters, from your DA to your mayor to the president, who's going to appoint cabinet members who will set regulations about where you can live and how much you have to pay to go to school? I mean, these are the kinds of conversations we need to be having in our communities with one another. If you know better, it's your job to go and tell 10 people, hey, this is actually what we need to be about. These are the things we need to be focusing on. Here's how we need to be watching out for voter suppression online and offline, right? So instead of focusing on one guy, I want us to focus on each other. I want us to focus on making sure that we are spreading the right information, sharing the right knowledge, sharing the actual and factual things that we know to be true about what our community has to do, not just in November, but every day before Election Day and every day after Election Day. Because, Bevy, you know as well as I do, the work of citizen is a 365-day job. We have to hold our elected officials accountable, whether we like them or not, whether we voted for them or not, whether we endorsed them or not, whether we supported them or not. We have to hold all of them accountable to what they said they would do for us, because we're their bosses. We pay their salaries. They derive their power from our existence. There is a social contract that says, I elect you to do for me and in my best interest. And if you're not doing that, you're going to hear from me. So, those are the conversations we need to have with one another, to not just worry about one person, but rather to assume the power that each one of us have inside of ourselves and within our own community.